So today I tried to beat the Maliwan Takedown using only Zane's gadgets on Mayhem 10 difficulty. I disabled the Halloween event because there was no fucking way I was going to let the skulls treat me like an object during this challenge. To cause maximum pain and suffering, I used a light show, a storm sniper, an infinity, and a brainstormer. I know what you're thinking, I can't use my weapons, just my gadgets. The reason I have these weapons equipped is for the double barrel skill, which allows me to choose my clone's weapon so that he can deal damage instead of just using his words. For this first area, I spawned my clone with a light show, and the damage he was dealing was equal to the pain you would endure if you were to pour hot sauce all over your genitals and light it on fire. He was slapping ass and sucking cock left and right when my worst nightmare was realized. I had the death modifier active, so I would have to deal with annoying fucking skulls after all. The only thing I could do was target it with my drone or get down by it since my clone did not even acknowledge its existence. I made it to the second area, and it was not as painful as I thought it would be. I just had to properly position my clone and stay alive, since if I went down, I would need to rely on my gadgets to revive me, and that's not a chance I was willing to take. When the Kraken spawned, I placed my clone in his face and proceeded to feed him dinner, which consisted of pain, feces, and Jake Paul videos. And who would not succumb to Jake Paul videos? The Valkyrie squad was up next, and this was the first real challenge I faced. I gave my clone the Storm Sniper Rifle to get rid of their shields as fast as possible, and it worked out okay. I probably should have used a brainstormer, but at this point, my brain cell count was probably in the single digits, so I didn't make the best choices, but the storm worked out anyway. I give my clone a light show for the final phase of the fight, the one where all three try to kidnap you like a child gets kidnapped while waiting for his mom outside of his school. But little does that child know, the diameter of his asshole is going to double once inside the van. With the Valkyrie squad down, I had now successfully completed the first half of the takedown, which gave me access to a spawn point, so I wouldn't have to restart the entire thing and risk ripping my nipples off if ever I died. I risked my life making a jump, and once again, I would need to wait as my action skills did all the work. I encountered another death skull, and I needed to change my pants, as this could very well have been my death. I was now at the bridge, which is, in my opinion, the worst part of the takedown, as there are so many enemies and barely any covers. My clone took quite a while to turn the Maliwan soldiers into sausages, so I had to wait and do basically nothing for about 10 minutes. But the worst thing about the bridge area was definitely the death spears. These annoying fucking balls deal so much damage, and there's like 10 of them to kill. To add to the frustration, my clone couldn't even target them, so once again, I had to use my drone, which dealt as much damage as Ava is interesting. I finally made it to the last two heavies at the very end of the bridge, and of course, the first heavy was immune to fire damage, so I had to wait for my clone to run out and respawn him with the storm so he could actually do something. But having the luck that I have, he killed himself with it. So my drone had to finish the job, and I had to deal with a death skull once again. Finally, I had made it to Wotan, and the pain would soon be over. All I had to do is not fuck up and stay alive while my gadgets slowly castrate him. The fight was quite uninteresting for the first half, but as soon as he split into his two halves, he got very erect and he penetrated me, resulting in me going down. I tried killing his better half to get back up, but I knew I wouldn't be able, so I just targeted this defender. My drone dealt about 70% of the defender's health, and then I just died. At this point, I was truly dead inside, but I was determined to finish this takedown, so I just jumped back into the incest-filled challenge as I cleared this area and the one before the bridge using the storm this time to make it somewhat less boring. I got to the bridge, and my clone killed the death spheres this time, so he was actually useful for once. He even acted as my own personal sniper at one point. He took care of killing the heavies, and I was once again at the Wotan fight. I made it to the second half once again, except this time, I did not need my backup diaper, as I decided to focus on killing his low AF first. Not long after, My gadgets accused him of being born on the highway, because that's where most accidents happen. He immediately combusted right after that, and now the only thing that's standing between me and success was killing his better half. Which didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would, and I had successfully completed the challenge using only Zane's gadgets. This is the build in case you were wondering. And here's the modifiers that were active during the challenge. So yeah, thanks for watching, you sexy thing.